Hello everyone, welcome to Euro Truck Simulator 2. Now you might be wondering where part 2 is of the drive from Istanbul to Metz. I'm going to have that come out next episode because what's happened in the interim between part 1 publishing and part 2 publishing is that SCS Software, the makers of Euro Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator, have started their Christmas event, and so we can be Santa Claus. So I wanted to record this real quick and put it up because it's really kind of cool. So we're going to jump right in and get started. Now I'll explain a little bit about the event first, but what it is basically you have to deliver gifts around cities, and if you do it 15 times you get kind of trinkets and awards from the event and stuff like that. But it goes on and from now until January 17th. So lots of opportunities to fund drives, and we can see I have these sorted by price per distance. The nice thing about these gifts runs, and you can see the gifts on the flatbed trailer there, the nice thing about these is that they pay some of the best money per kilometer driven in the game that I've seen. They're always at the top of my price per distance list, so they're really good for making money. Now we don't want them. The goal then, what I want to do, you have to do 15 of these. My goal for these is try to use these to trickle back and try to get up into Scandinavia. Now if you're really observant, you might notice, you might say, well, wait a second, what are you doing down in Milan? Because I thought you were driving to Metz. Did you drive there in the interim? No, the game updated to accommodate, I think, for the event, and then accommodate for a kind of some extra trinkets that go along with one of the DLCs that they're giving away. So there was an update to the game, which basically, when the update happens, it chucks our truck back in our main base, which is down in Milan. So we have to start from Milan again. I'm looking for something. There was one here as I was just looking that looked about 10 hours. This is perfect. So we're going to do this one here, which is going to get us about halfway to Scandinavia, going from Milan up to Liege, in Belgium. So let's jump right in and get started. It looks like we have a substantial drive to just go pick up the trailer, but that's okay. I'm excited to be Santa here. So we'll jump right in here and see where we are. I think we're, of course, at our base in Milan. And once we get started, we'll see the weather and the time here. It looks like 9 in the morning, which is perfect. So we'll have most of our drive, if not all of it, in the daytime here. So let's get this our truck started here. And we're going to hop out onto the highway, and we'll get going. So we'll see you as we're picking up the trailer. We are here. Check this out. This is pretty cool. Back up to this, and then we'll pick it up here. The presents. This is an awesome trailer. Check it out. Oops. Oh, I didn't. Here, let me just do the external camera here. We are Santa Claus. That is so cool. I got to take a screenshot of this and then we'll get started. All right, so we are all set to go here now. Let's get back into the truck and get this going. This is pretty cool. I love these events that they have. This is only actually, I shouldn't necessarily say that. I like the fact that there's always events. The last 2 or 3 of them have been centered on American Truck Simulator, so I haven't done them, and don't want to damage any of these gifts. Don't want to make the children sad. That would be a bummer. Had a little bit of trouble driving lately, getting rammed and smashed by trucks if you've watched some of our other episodes, but we definitely want to make a perfect delivery with these trucks here. But anyway, that beside the point. I really liked the Italian bridge building one, the Genoa one that they had. That was pretty cool. And then the other ones, the last 2 or 3, I think, have been centered in the US on American Truck Simulator. Whoops, sorry about that. And this is the second event now that I've done since picking up the game, the Euro Truck Simulator event. And this one runs in both the Euro Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator. And you have to do 15 deliveries of gifts to anywhere between every cities. And then the community effort is to get like 1,000 deliveries to and from different cities. So basically just a lot of deliveries all across the whole map, which is kind of cool. There's this flurry of holiday activity, which is fun. So we are getting going now on the road. It's about noontime now, and I notice I think we have about parking brace engaged. We don't want to do that. That's a problem. We have a few hours left before we can. It looks like 2 hours and 25 minutes before we need to rest. So we will get a look at these. I want to kind of look at these at nighttime too, which should be pretty cool. So we'll get going on the road. We'll check in a little bit. This is cool. We are about 3 hours into the drive now. I think it goes up through the western side of Germany and up into France and then eventually into Belgium here. But check it out. These are so cool. The lights on the gift trailers here, it's all lit up. You got the presents in the middle. I better not smash into anything. It is pretty cool. We'll check it out when we get on the other side here. because of this tunnel, because it looks cool at the night. We'll just kind of stop for one of those photo shots there. So I'm going to pause the game and jump out to the side here just to show you what it looks like, because this is pretty cool. I'm going to stop here. Probably shouldn't stop. That's probably not the right idea. But anyway, you get the idea. And if we go to Photo Studio and Photo Mode, and then just kind of zip around to the side of the truck here. I mean, how cool is that? That looks so cool at night. And I was kind of thinking it's actually probably more appropriate, right, that we're delivering gifts at night, right? Santa Claus and stuff like that, rather than during the day. I hope I don't get rammed here. I probably shouldn't have slowed down so much. But there we go. So this is cool. This event sounds really fun. I mean, it's 15 deliveries. It's something sad to do. To kind of connect to this, one of the things I talked about doing, one of the things I was hoping to do after that long drive to Metz was to buy another truck, buy another driver for our Istanbul base, but then also to buy a trailer. Someone was mentioning in the comments below the episode to say, hey, why don't you check out trailers? You can make more money. And so I was looking up a little bit about that. And it looks like you can make more money having your own trailers. And it looks like getting just a straight curtain sider trailer is a good way to do it. So I want to explore that. But now that this event is out, I want to do this first, because these runs look like they make a lot of money. And if you have your own trailer, I don't imagine you can do the gift runs. So I'm not quite sure on that. So I think we have to do them this way. So I'm going to drive these, get through the event, and then pick up the curtain sider trailer to explore that. But at the end of this episode, we will pick up another truck and another driver for Istanbul, because we now have 235,000 euros. And more just keeps running in. We'll get 40,000 from this, so we almost have enough for 2 trucks. But I think we'll get one of the more, like the 170,000 level Volvos or something like that. But yeah, trucking through the night, Santa Claus, just making our way up to Belgium with our Christmas gifts here, having a good time. We've got about 5 hours left in the ride. And I'm not sure if you heard the language I was using earlier. There was one called an option. There's a bunch of language options, and I like kind of changing around just to listen to how they sound and stuff. And there was one that was Sestina, and I'm not sure what that is. And I'm wondering if you know what language that is. Maybe you could. I know who knows what it is, and I wonder if she'll drop the comment down below. But if you do know what it is, I'd be curious. I since have switched to Portuguese, just to kind of check that out. And you can see now as we look straight ahead in front of the truck here, it is approaching dawn. And the sun should be coming up soon. So we're going to take a little bit of a break shortly after. I have to sleep again anyway, so I'd like to drive a little bit more in the daytime. But definitely having a good time here, picking up. And our goal again is to basically make our way to Sweden, and that's going to be the next area that we explore, is to drive around and do some of the achievements for Scandinavia. And I was looking at some of the ones for there, and there's some pretty cool ones where you've got to like take trucks, deliver trucks from the Volvo or Scania factory and stuff like that. A lot of kind of messenger type ones, deliver livestock and things like that. So it should be kind of fun, as well as getting all the cities in Scandinavia, which should be pretty cool. But I've heard good things about that DLC, and I'm looking forward to definitely to exploring it. And after having just left and just done the Balkans DLC, one thing I've noticed is that the driving's a lot easier here in Germany, France, Italy than it was in Romania and Bulgaria. Those were some of the trickier areas to drive in. Speed limits are kind of optional, and again, as I mentioned it before, not necessarily the most logically applied to the road. So anyway, we'll touch base again as we get forward here. We've got about 4.5 hours left on the journey, so we'll touch base a couple hours out of Liege before we get there. So apparently this toll booth is closed. We've done this before. I forgot that some of them don't work. There's a sleeping area on the right. I wanted to cut back over to it. So now we have to back up, try not to smash anything. And then the last time that happened, it was really hard to cut. Whoops, we're going the wrong way here. Problems. Don't want to damage the things here. Now, I don't think these trucks are ever going to let us in. But we'll have to hope. Because it's a never-ending path of cars here. Trucks, and they never let you in. Let's see if we can force our way in here. God, it's like driving in Boston. Jerkhead. Alright, there's an opening. Let's take it. Got it. Okay. So we'll sort this out, but anyway, slight delay. Looks foggy now. Wow. So I'm still in the toll booth. It's only a second or so later, but the fog just rolled in here, and you can't see anything. Fortunately, we kind of need to sleep, and I think there's a sleeping area over here, but I can't see at all. Here's a parking lot. Maybe this will work. Right here, it looks like. So hopefully we can sleep, and then when we wake up, the fog will be gone. Because we can't drive in this. This is crazy. This must be that ultimate extreme weather fog here. Let's see if it's better when we wake up around noontime. Ha! Voila! Here we go. All right, we made some more money, up to 266,000 euros. Picked up 28,000 euros by Catalina. Go, Catalin. Nice. I'm excited to hire a new driver at the end of this one, too. So we'll touch base back in with a little as we get closer to the outskirts of Belgium there. So see you in a little while. We are an hour and a half out of Liege right now. We're winding up the back stages of this 11.5-hour journey. I was thinking, too, as I've been just driving a little bit, it's taken actually a while. There's a little bit of side thought. It's taken a while because I've been stopping almost every 10 minutes to take a picture of the truck. I just, for whatever reason, I think this is the coolest thing ever to have Christmas gifts on the trailer and be able to see them like that. So I'm trying to think, okay, what would make a good background, and then stopping and going into photo mode. So I'll probably spend a half an hour taking screenshots in this episode. One of the things I was thinking about with that, though, it is a little odd, right? Because the season is always summerish in the game, and it just feels a little odd to be taking Christmas presents around in the scenery that's so obviously kind of lush and summery and no traces of winter whatsoever. So that's the only kind of disconnect here that I'm kind of thinking, oh, that's odd. And I wonder what they've done in previous years. Like, if you've played the game before, been playing the game a lot longer than I have. I think I picked it up in maybe June or something, so maybe 5 or 6 months ago. If you've been playing a lot longer, do they do the same type of Christmas or holiday gift events every year? And am I just excited and everybody else is like, oh yeah, they do this every year, whatever, big deal? To me, it's kind of cool. So I'm going to be in my own little world here. But yeah, I'm curious if you know. I'm also curious for people that have been playing, like for people that are watching the episodes and stuff, how many people are kind of playing the game? If you're playing the game, are you playing American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator? What do you like about it? What are you doing and things like that? I'm kind of curious to hear what people that are watching the episodes or whether they're playing or not, and if not, what's interesting about it and things like that. So I'd be kind of curious if you have a moment to drop a comment. I know for me, when I first saw the game, and I've mentioned this a number of times, so I'm kind of beating a same drum here, but when I watched Parkera play the game, I thought, that's a game I'm not going to like. And then there's just something kind of relaxing about it, that when you get into the truck, you're making progress to goals, and it's chill. And the word I've been using a lot lately, it's like zen. It's like game zen, where it just lets you zone in and zone out just enough that you come out. It almost like meditation. You just feel good about the world and nice and relaxed, and your shoulders are loose when you're done. So random thoughts as we deliver our Christmas presents or holiday presents, whatever they may be, to Belgium. Our first Christmas delivery here. Looks like we got an airport in front of us. Anyway, enough babbling for a little bit. Be back as we're approaching the final destination. We're just a couple minutes outside of our destination. This is the first time we've been in Liege, so we've just discovered the city, which is pretty cool. Looks pretty industrial, at least what they're displaying here in the game. I'm curious to see what kind of places we're delivering the gifts to. Like, is it just random places, or is it kind of department store-oriented destinations? It's over here on our left. Have to wait for this traffic to clear. Okay, thank you. Curious to see what kind of park. We actually, unusually, this has been a perfect delivery so far, too. Did I cut him off? With the perfect delivery on the line, I'm not going to cut this guy off. We have not had any speeding violations. We should be on time because it's an external contract, and haven't hit anything yet or done any damage. I did notice that we are almost out of gas, so I wasn't paying attention there. Let's see what kind of parking we get. 40. I want some more 90s. But this actually looks like a hard 40, doesn't it? We got a lot of room in front, though. So, okay, we'll wheel this around in a second, see how we look. Wonder if I can get it on the first shot. I'm making this way harder than it should be. Worst parking job ever. This may be, I stopped halfway to have some beverages, so it may be influenced slightly by the root beverages here. So we'll sort this out and try again. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. I hope I haven't missed Christmas because it felt like it took about 3 weeks to back this thing up. But a little bit of delay there. Here is our truck in its destination beside the yacht. I wonder what lucky kid's going to get a yacht. That's pretty cool. Anyway, we made it. Let's, whoops, not what I wanted to do. Need to do back there and do that. Leave that in place. T. There we go. That was fun here. So let's see. We have 40,000 roughly. I don't think we had any fines or damage or anything. Perfect. We're closing in on level 25. Nice. We have over 300,000. Let's go. Before we wrap up this episode, let's go buy a truck. And I want to get another Volvo just because I'm driving a Volvo and I figured let's get it. I think there was one down here outside of, here we go, in Verona. Let's go buy online. And this one here, how about the FH Globetrotter? That looks pretty good. And we want to send it to Istanbul. Second slot. Okay. Truck purchase. We're at 136,000. Driver manager. Recruitment agency. Hire a driver. Excellent. 1.7 for Marek. Genevieve Q. Stephanie. Lenka. Paul K with his Christmas cap. I kind of think we have to get Paul K. Yeah, without a doubt. Let's get Paul here. He's dressed for the season, and he's also got explosive knowledge. Okay, anyway, we'll get back here. Let's put him down in Turkey and give him the Volvo. Get busy. Get busy, my man. And let's take it just a look and see how our drivers are doing here. Katalin making 5,000 euros a day. Miroslav 5,500. Bronislav 2,300. I think we need to upgrade his truck a little bit. Freya 4,000. Romana 3,300. Maria at 2,300. And I want her to shift her training to long distance so that we get her going. And let's do the same for Paul. Instead of balanced long distance. Because I've noticed that Maria's just been driving around Istanbul. I think she's afraid to go farther. And I want to get them out of Istanbul so they get more distance and things. But that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 employees, 8 trucks, including me. Next up, we're going to go from, where are we now? We're in Liege. We still have a ways to go here. So we're here, this little blue triangle. Want to make our way up into Scandinavia. So we're going to try to get closer. And I think the goal is going to be just try to do Christmas gifts for a while to get those 15 for the event. So we'll be back shortly. The next episode will be part 2 of the drive from Istanbul to Metz, where we finished up last time. And this one, again, is jumping in between part 1 and part 2. Hope you have a happy holidays. I'm going to still try to put out about 2 of these a week through the holiday season. Maybe a little bit more because I'll be on break. But have a great holiday and stay safe. And we'll see you in the next episode as we finish up our drive to Metz. A special in that episode, we pick up a hitchhiker. That's right, for just a brief cameo appearance. And I'll leave it at that. Take care, everyone. See you later. Bye.